right, New York City remains on high alert on this election day, and Pix 11 is your election headquarters. We want you to know what the NYPD is doing to keep you safe as you head to the polls.
The NYPD will have a presence at more than 1,200 polling sites today. And joining us this morning is NYPD Chief of Staff Tarik Sheppard to discuss the additional safety measures that are in place this morning. So good morning to you.
Good morning.
And thanks for stopping by on a very busy day.
Yes.
First and foremost, are there any credible threats here in this city on this election day?
No credible threats. But again, we always remain on high alert. Our Intelligence Bureau is doing all the work they can to make sure that we are aware if anything looks abnormal. But right now, no credible threats.
That's good.
Now, the NYPD will have a presence at each and every polling site today, a large effort. How will that look today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do this every year. There's over 1,200 polling sites in the city. We'll have police at every site. We won't talk about how many at each site, but every site will be covered and making people feel safe as they come out to vote.
Can you talk about these response teams, though? Because I know you don't know, you can't always know what exactly to expect. When are they sent out?
Yeah, so in every borough, we'll have response teams on standby, and it depends on what the situation looks like. There may be a need for us to send out a special operations team. There may be just a need for us to send a few more officers somewhere. There may be no need for anything, so that's why they're on standby. And whatever we assess and think we need more resources somewhere, we'll be ready to do that.
Of course, it's no longer just election day, it's election week, perhaps even month. Are you bracing for any rallies, protests today and for the next several days to come?
Yeah, so if you think about the NYPD in New York City, we've had somewhere over 4,000 protests since October 7th of last year. And so this is something that we've had a lot of practice at, and we don't have to do much to get ready and deploy our resources and be ready to just keep the city safe and also allow people to exercise their rights. So not much that we're expecting, but if it does come up, we'll be ready to, again, just police it, but also respect people's rights to protest.
I mean, because we saw what happened after the last election cycle, the January 6th insurrection. Not that that happened here, but how do you work to prevent something like that from happening when you see groups mobilizing? I'm not saying that that will happen, but let's say perchance that it does.
Yeah, I think the prevention is all about collaboration and continuing to work with our federal and state partners, and we do that very well in New York City and in New York, all throughout the state. So right now, we are planning on continuing to support our federal partners, even down in D.C. We sent resources down there for the inauguration after January 6th to just make sure things stay peaceful down there, and that was very successful. And when we need help in New York City, I'm sure our partners will be there for us. But the key is to continue to focus on the intelligence, continue to comb social media, continue to use undercovers, whatever we need to do to make sure we stay abreast of what's happening in New York City, and we can forecast what might happen in the future and be ready for it.
And this is an undertaking that you guys are able to pull off in addition to maintaining everyday law and order here across the city.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that I'm very proud of our police department. When you look at these major events, the October 7th anniversary, the UNGA, when you look at the rally that happened in Madison Square Garden, now Election Day, these are all things that people worry about their safety. But in New York City, people come out because they feel safe, and that's the work of the men and women of the police department. A lot of respect and admiration for them because it requires long hours, time away from your family, and they do a great job.
All right. Before we let you go, we wanted to get some clarification, switch gears here, and talk about what some folks witnessed at the New York City Marathon this weekend. Some sort of an argument, a verbal argument between you and the interim commissioner, Tom Donlin. Can you clarify what exactly happened there?
I won't go into any real detail because there's not a lot of detail to go into. It's a minor disagreement between myself and the commissioner. The only difference is, as the mayor said, it should never be seen in public. And so I take full responsibility that, well, nobody in the public should ever see, or even our police officers ever see us have any disagreement. But through those disagreements, we come up with the best plans to keep New York City safe. And what's not being reported is that a few minutes later, you saw us at the finish line, handing out the trophy together to our NYPD runners who beat the fire department by 2 seconds, I have to mention. So again, this is not anything in which we're concerned about. We've moved on, and we moved on that day a few minutes later, and we'll continue to work together and do what we got to do to move our department forward and keep the city safe.
I think what some might be concerned about is that there might already be tensions there with the top brass.
That might be possible, but it's not that any that I know of. So right now, as I said, if you look at whatever people are reporting about tensions, look at the work that was done on that marathon. Look at the collaboration. Look at us at that finish line together, and how proud we were of our officers and even everybody that competed that day. I think you won't see tension. I think you see a department that's functioning and working well and keeping the city safe.
You're also pulling double duty right now as Chief of Staff and also Deputy Commissioner for Public Information. Any idea how long you wear those two hats?
No, listen, I've been all over this department. I've done a lot, and I'm very versatile, and I'll be there for the mayor and police commissioner in any way they need me to help keep moving the department forward. Right now, I'm doing those two roles. As they add one or two, it is what it is. This is the life, and coming up through the ranks, you learn how to just deal with things as they come.
But does that come with a raise?
I wish I was getting two salaries, but no, not at all. So my days of doing pay detail are over.
Yeah.
We'll see about that raise. All right, Deputy Commissioner Sheppard, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
I appreciate it.
And glad to see you voted already.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks so much.